So it's currently December 13th, which means that it is 2 days before the 1-year anniversary of losing my husband. And I'm all over the place. I don't know what version of Lorinda I'm going to be from 1 minute to minute. You know what I mean? From minute to minute. I could be crying 1 second. I could be okay the next. Literally, I've been on the floor curled up in a ball. Yeah, I don't know who I'm going to be 1 second to 1 second. This past week has been really hard. And I was telling my therapist, it feels like I'm back in that beginning stage again. I mean, the grief fog isn't there. Like that grief fog in the beginning is intense. I'm going to make a whole separate video on that. But I'm back to the confusion, the not knowing how to regulate myself, not knowing how to regulate my emotions, not being able to make a decision. I've been trying for the past 2 hours to get out of the house and just go to the post office. I just have to drop off packages at the post office, and I can't do it. So instead, I'm just sitting downstairs in my eBay room, not doing a damn thing, because my mind is all over the place and I don't know what I want. So this video is messy. This video is awful. My hair's awful. I'm a mess, but it's the truth. This is what, you can expect. Maybe hopefully you won't go through this. Maybe everybody's experience is different. But for me, this is what getting close to that 1 year mark looks like. If you're doing better than I am, great. There's no shame in that. Good for you. I'm proud of you. If you're doing worse than I am, great. There's no shame in that. Good for you. I'm proud of you. You've made it a year. You've survived a year, and I'm trying to find the ability to process that. I feel like maybe I should be celebrating that a little bit, as nasty and as gross and as icky and yuck as that feels. The truth is that we are survivors, right? And this past year has been incredibly challenging on every single level of our lives. Every single level of our lives have changed. We lost our person. We lost our best friends. We lost our husbands. We lost our future or our wives. We've lost our entire lives. Nothing about our life is the same. Plus, we have to learn how to balance, I'm sorry, I just got texted. I got distracted. We have to learn how to balance survival, grief, getting to work if we have jobs, paying the bills, going from 2 incomes down to 1, or for me, it was learning my bills. I don't know why I never learned that, but I just, always, I knew how to do it from before I got married, but once we got married, I never learned how to pay our bills together, right? I didn't know where the accounts were, the account logins, all of that. So that was fun. Trying to figure out a budget. I have struggled a lot with overspending this year and buying stupid shit. I've got stupid shit around me that I don't need. Okay? And that's both with my business and with me personally, right? I've got boxes of stuff that are unopened yet. It's really bad. But that's been my coping mechanism, Maybe for you, you've been coping by drinking. You've been coping by overeating. You've been coping by oversleeping. I did that for a little bit too. I don't know, but whatever you've done, that's okay. But, and if you need to do that for another year, great. That's okay. There's no time limit. You do you on your time level, right? But for me, I think that the overspending for me is causing me more harm and stress than what I need right now. It's distracting me from the grief and the learning how to survive. Well, I've done pretty good to learn how to survive, but I can always do better, right? So I think that I want to make it, and it's probably the only goal that I can handle this year. And I'm the type of person that I need to have a goal. I need to have a reason to keep pushing, right? You might not need that, but I do. So for me, I'm going to make a goal this year to try to stop with overspending. And really try to focus more on like being a minimalist kind of thing. And I need something to focus on, right? So I'm going to focus on going through my house. My stuff only. I am nowhere near the point where I'm ready to get rid of any of my husband's stuff. My stuff only. I'm going to just start seeing what I can get rid of, what I can donate, right? And stop spending as much money. God, I'm such a mess, but that's okay. Who cares? Nobody might not even ever see this video. I don't know. Yeah, did I tell you that today's a hard day and I'm all over the place? And today really sucks, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Do me a favor. When you get close to that 1 year mark, I want you to reach out to me. I want to be there for you. I'm pretty much going through this alone. I mean, I do have some people, like I do have a couple friends. I've been like, hey, how you doing? And I have my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. But besides that, I've been alone. I think my own family, I think my mom and my sister completely forgot the date. It is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it. I have too many other things to dwell on right now. You just gotta laugh at yourself. I lost my train of thought. It happens. It's that grief brain. It's okay. But yes, I'm just gonna. I know this is not at all what I was talking about, but I'm just gonna make it a goal to stop overspending and start learning to put myself first and my needs first and care less about what other people think. I keep apologizing to other people. I'm sorry I'm such a mess, but why? They don't have to carry the burden that I have to carry. I'm going to stop caring. Not stop caring about people, but stop caring about... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to stop apologizing. I apologize a lot this year. I've apologized for changing my mind about going places because right now I might feel like coming to your get together, but when I'm literally last weekend I was on my way to a family party and I got a half hour into the ride and I was like, which was about halfway, and I'm like, I can't do this. I don't have the social gas tank today to talk to people. I don't have the ability to be able to sit in a room and pretend like because, I mean, come on. Even if you're not hiding the fact that you're not okay, you're still kind of pretending that you're okay to be able to sit there, right? You have to convince yourself that in that moment, I'm sorry, the camera's moving around so much, that you're okay enough to sit around other people. And I just couldn't do that. And I just wanted to be home. So, you never know. And I handled that by apologizing to like everyone, right? And I'm not doing that shit anymore. Sorry. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to stop apologizing. Yeah. So, honestly, I'm terrified of tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. God. Today's the 13th. It's 2 days. I'm terrified of Sunday, of how I'm going to feel. I'm terrified of the fact that I know that I made it a year without him. I feel guilty for that. I know I shouldn't, and I know it's what he wants me to do. I'm not going to say would not, because he is still here. He's still here. I feel him in this house. I feel him with me. I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm sorry if I start crying. I'm very close to starting to cry, just so you know. I'm terrified of the fact that I finally am starting to face the fact that he's not coming back, that no matter how much I pray and bargain and plead and work and make sure everything's perfect, it's not going to happen. So, this is where I'm at. I am an absolute mess today, this week. And that's okay. I'll be okay. Just like you, if you're sitting here watching this video and it's next week, next month, next year, 3 years from now, you will be okay. And I want you to reach out to me. Send me a message if you need to be reminded of that. And I'll help you get through it. I think that is part of what's been helping me is like, I feel like I've been helping my mother-in-law get through this a little bit. And that helps me. So I think that if I'm able to help you get through this a little bit, that will keep helping me. Because I know that while this pain might start to feel a little different, it's always going to be there for me. No matter what. No matter what happens in my life or where I go in my life. And that pain is always going to be there. And part of this past year and part of the next year going forward is going to be all about learning how to live with the pain and how to use that pain. I feel like I can use that pain to maybe motivate. In fact, no, I have used that pain. I don't give myself enough credit, okay? So I'm going to sit here and give myself credit. I have used that deep, dark despair, wanting to jump off a bridge, let's be blunt, pain this past year, to propel myself, to move forward to a new day, to try to get through each day. I've used that pain to change my life. So, as much as it hurts me to say this, I'm definitely not the same person I was a year ago. And as a person, I have grown a lot. I've changed a lot. And a lot of that is because I have been going to therapy, but a lot of it also comes from that pain, where I've used that pain to do things like Pilates. I'm not a person that has ever gone to the gym. I mean, I have gone to the gym, but has ever enjoyed going to the gym is what I'm trying to say, right? I would go for a month and then be like, done. But I've been going to Pilates now 6 days a week. 2 days a week, I go twice a day for the past 3 months. The changes within both my body, my brain, and everything from Pilates are absolutely amazing. So I struggle with that too. I struggle with the guilt of feeling good, right? Because physically, I feel good. And some days mentally, I feel good when I've had a good workout. God, I can't keep this camera still. So yeah. So, again, lost my train of thought. But, sorry, I'm losing my voice now too. But I know that within that deep, dark pain, there's ways to make that positive, right? And I know that my husband would be so proud of me. Is so proud of me. And he wants me to do things that I need to do. He wants me to live life, right? He doesn't want me to die because he died. So, yep, this past year was about survival. And the next year is going to be about survival too for me. And I can't think past that. I can't even fathom the idea of having to do this for another year. Another year seems overwhelming and exhausting. But I'm going to do it. So, if it's a year for you, what I plan on doing this weekend is I plan on doing some journaling. I haven't been doing journaling, and I know the importance of it. So, I start to when I stop, but I think I'm really going to dedicate myself to doing it. 2 separate journals. One where I'm going to write letters to my husband to tell him about my day. Simple as that, right? Another one is going to be, I write plans and goals and achievements. So that way when I'm a year into this next year, and I'm feeling like this a year from now, I can look back on that journal and do some reflection, right? And maybe give myself a little bit of comfort to get myself through that day or those couple days, or in my case, this past week. This past week, it's been awful for me. Even more than my normal days lately, right? So I'm going to take this weekend. I'm all over the place. I hope you're staying with me. I'm going to take this weekend and I'm going to make a couple journal entries. One of them is going to be just a reflection on the past year, right? Things that have negatively happened to me. Like figuring out who my true friends were, the relationships I've lost, the trust in people that I've lost because I feel like they've abandoned me. All the heartache, my husband didn't, I don't know, he didn't intentionally break my heart, but he broke my heart when he died, right? My husband didn't just break my heart. People in general have broken my heart. People that I thought would be there for me and that promised to be there for me haven't been. So I want to make a negative list first, right? Things about like how I don't talk to our neighbors used to be good friends of ours. I don't talk to them anymore because she just promised me that night when I was laying out on the ground that she would be there for me and she'd help me through this. And I didn't hear from her for 4 months later. 4 months went by. And then I saw her out in the yard and she's like, "Oh, we sure do miss Dan when we're out here mowing the yard. We don't see him mowing the yard." Yeah. So things like that, right? All the negative things that have happened and my overspending tendencies and just, I don't know. And then one of those positive things, like now I have a cat. That was my gift to myself, was to get a little comfort cat. The fact that I've lost 64 pounds this past year. Not all that was good weight either. I think the first 30 pounds was from not eating. I literally stopped eating in the beginning. Please don't do that. Please eat. But that's what I did. And there's still some days to this day where I don't eat. But I make sure to get a protein shake in. So if you're not going to eat, get your protein shakes in. Okay. Off that tangent. Things like, Jordan Pilates. Growing my business. I've grown. I've invested in my business and learning and growing, and that's been great. I made a pretty big achievement at work and this year, and I'm getting ready to get another promotion, which is going to be awesome. So things like that, small accomplishments. Like I've learned how to fix stuff around the house on my own. I don't know. I think that will help me get through it. And then I want to make some goals for myself too. Some of them might be grief-related goals, maybe, right? Like journaling, writing letters to Dan every day. That is something I would consider a grief-related goal, right? Please don't mind my mess behind me. Some of them are going to be personal goals. Like maybe like right now I'm in level 1.5 in Pilates. Maybe making it to 2 in Pilates, or maybe like mastering. I know I'm talking a lot about Pilates. It's just for some reason that's on my brain right now. Dan was an amazing cook, so I want to learn how to cook like he did. Maybe that would be a goal. I can cook, don't get me wrong, but not like Dan. Get my house organized, like I said, and I want to be a person that's organized. I'm tired of living like that. I don't know. But I think in this moment, I'm going to make myself a short-term goal. Okay? And first of all, before I get to my short-term goal, you take care of yourself today, okay? If you need to eat ice cream, sleep all day, drink all day, get drunk. Do what you need to do. You do that. For me, I think that my goal for today is I'm going to get myself to the post office. And then I'm going to take a trip up to the special little store up the street. I live in the state of Maryland, if that gives you a clue about where I'm going. No judgments here, people. You can't judge me. I'm not going to judge you. That's something new that I've started too, but it just relaxes me. And the anxiety is overwhelming. The anxiety makes me want to jump off a bridge. It makes me want to crawl out of my skin. So I'm in survival mode. Whatever it takes for me to survive, that's what I'm going to do. So no judgments, right? I don't know, but go ahead, give me a comment. Let me know what you're doing, how you're surviving. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how long it's been. Maybe it's been a month. Maybe it's been 5 years. Maybe it's been 10 years. I don't know. Maybe you have some encouragement that you can give me of how I can get through the second year. I hear a lot of people say that the second year is worse. Was that your experience? Are you also afraid of the 1 year mark? Are you afraid of the 6-month mark? What are your thoughts? I know that's a lot, but we're in this together, and I can't do this without help from you too. All right? And I'm sorry that you lost your husband or your wife. I'm sorry that you lost your fiance, your boyfriend, your person, whatever it is. I'm sorry. And just know that I'm always in your corner, I'm always in your back, and I'm rooting for you, okay? All right, I'll talk to you. Oh, my short-term goal for today, let's get to the post office. Did I already say that? Oh, grief frog. Fog, not frog, but now I want a frog, and I'm going to name it Grief. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.